Are you eating too fast or perhaps eating while you're distracted? Well, studies show that mindful eaters have better digestion, weight control, and they use less emotional eating, according to a Harvard study in 2023. So let's talk about reconnecting with your food, reconnecting with your body in a healthy and meaningful way. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Erica Steele. I'm a board certified naturopathic doctor. I hold 7 degrees in my field, all in the natural healthcare space. I like to say that I went to school so you don't have to. This week in our school is Intro to Holistic Medicine. We're talking all about nutrition, and this is one of our classes, discussion topics on mindful eating and building a healthier relationship with your food. So if you were in the class, you should be tracking your food and your pH levels and looking at the relationship that your pH levels have with your food. You'll notice that the ultra processed foods naturally are going to turn you more acidic, whereas your more minimally processed and your absolutely no processed, your whole foods, are going to create lots of alkalinity within the body. And I always like to say, if it's God made, eat it. If it's man made, stay away from it. We're shooting for 80% healthy, 20% unhealthy with our meals, prepping and planning and picking out healthy foods. So why do we want to mindfully eat? So first things first is anything that we do with mind, we do it with intention. And so when we do it with intention, we're going to be more thoughtful, we're going to be more conscious, we're going to be more aware, and we're going to be more present to the correlation between what we're eating and what we're feeling. And so we want to make sure that what we're eating is fueling our bodies, because after all, that is why we eat, right? It is so that we are fueling our bodies, nourishing our cells, and allowing our bodies and our metabolisms to do what they need to do, such as, heal and restore and, be able to build and grow and all the things that you want to do. And so when we slow down and we get fully present to what we're eating, we also get present to what we're eating. And more importantly, what things that we need to maybe take away or modify so that we can optimize. You would be surprised at just sometimes even just with a few little tweaks can help. So even if you think you're eating healthy, right? Because a lot of times we come in with biases, even with ourselves, thinking, oh, I got this, I don't need to work on it. When all actuality, what we're looking at is the macros. So we're looking at your proteins, fats, and carbs, making sure that that is balanced. And so we're able to optimize. So I, for myself, like to do kind of that mid-range protein, higher carbohydrate, our complex carbohydrate, and then a lower fat. It keeps me lean. It keeps my brain fueled with all that glucose, and it keeps my blood sugar stable, but also keeps acid down because we want more of that alkaline state. When I slow down, it really allows me to think about what I'm doing, plan. That's why I love pre-planning my meals, because it is another way to kind of mindfully eat. So oftentimes we're rushing, we're really busy. We got to do this, we got to do that. And we're eating sometimes at our desk, super distracted, doing 10, 15 things at once. And so when we really focus on just our meal, not only are we able to get fully present to what we're eating, we're able to track it, we're able to really savor our meals, and slowing down can help digestion. And so when we slow down and we're fully present, we're naturally going to chew better. We're going to swallow better. Our nutrients are going to assimilate and break down better. And so when we're eating without all those distractions, we keep our nervous system relaxed. Our cortisol is down. So not only that, our hormone and our nervous system is also in alignment when we're eating. So we're going to have optimal digestion when we're not in a stress state. If we're in a hyper stress state, if we're like, oh my gosh, I've got to eat this really quick so I get to this, we're not going to be eating and optimally. In fact, a lot of that nutrition is not going to be fully digest. It's going to be partially digest because the brain thinks the body is being chased by a tiger. And so we want to have more of a relaxed state when we are eating. We want to have our meals planned. So that's why in our morning flow class, we plan our meals, we put that in, we structure it so that we know what we're going to eat. There's definitely ways of tracking. So I'll give you some tips. The first method is pre-tracking. And so you're pre-planning your meals with tracking. And so as you're doing that, you're able to put in everything and then just just prep it ahead of time. So when you get to, your plate, you feel relaxed because you already know it's been balanced. You don't have to go in and type it in or anything. And so that's all taken care of. So you can really spend that 20, 30 minutes just to savor that meal and focus on your digestion. Another tip for your tracking is to do it while you're eating. So while you're doing that, you're really practicing that mindfulness. So as you're eating, you're stopping, you're getting present. How many cups of this? How many teaspoons of this? Okay, where's my protein? Where's my carb, etc. And then as you are, writing those down and you're tracking it, you're really getting present to the nutrients. You're like, okay, where's my vitamin A coming from? And where's my vitamin E? And where's my, my antioxidants. You can really get super creative with that, where you connect with your food. Another way is to do it more reflectively. That's the last way that we track. And so when we're tracking our food reflectively, we're going to kind of take a few minutes maybe in our evening flow where we are kind of deprogramming from the day or breaking down our day. And we go, okay, what did I eat for the day? And going through and going, okay, this was my breakfast, this was my lunch, and this was my dinner. Now, that one I think is the most challenging because it doesn't have a mindfulness component attached with your meal. It's more of a reflective one. And so definitely make sure that you combine that with a mindfulness practice. Here's the other thing. You also want to connect with your body throughout the day, connecting with when it feels like when your blood sugar is in balance, when you've eaten, maybe too much fat. I know I can tell when I've had a little bit too much of that, or if I tell that my, blood sugars are going up and down, or if I'm really hungry. So I don't want to get into that, and I don't want to overfill myself either. So I really like to, wake up, drink water, drink tea, fast in the morning, then break fast with nice protein, eat that, then, drinking more tea and water, and then eating every couple hours, grazing, so that I'm getting the adequate amounts of calories and the adequate amounts of nutrition that I need for the day. So I'm listening to my body and I'm responding. And then also I'm conditioning my body by using tools like intermittent fasting or using tools, just simply macro calculating, so I make sure that I'm having the nutrition I need. And then the last thing I want to mention is practicing gratitude with your meals. Right now, there's so much going on around our food and agriculture, and being really grateful for, the growth of the food, the nutrition of the food, who grew the food, all of the people, the farmers, everyone that was a part of you receiving that food, your friends, your family, your employer, whatever. And so really having that gratitude to your food, because unfortunately, not everyone on this world is, has security with their food. If you are struggling with food security, we definitely want to make sure that that is a first priority. You cannot build health if you don't have security with food. And it may not mean, 100% healthy. We may have to make some sacrifices. So if you're having some food security issues, please reach out. We have a big network of people. I can connect you with some people. So we make sure that you at least have nutrition so that you can be able to eat healthy, right? So that's also part of not ignoring, not checking out, but really